One Piece. I never thought that I would be here.
999.
999. Like, fuck, dude. Ah! So, Thurman, what chapter was the manga at when you caught up? No, not even just the manga. Like, if you know what it was at when you caught up with the anime, shit like that. Because I know where the manga was when I actually caught up with the series.
I was when I was watching the anime, I was at Dressrosa. I watched until Dressrosa,
Weak sauce.
and then I started when the Big Mom like I think I started a little bit after the when Sanji was crying because Putin was being a bitch. That's where I remember.
So
'Cause I
that's
was
when you
still
caught up
reading.
with the manga.
Yeah, because that's
Interesting.
where it was like a few chapters after that because I read dress I was reading I read not reading I was watching Dressrosa, and then I was just like, I'm just gonna catch up the manga, like I on a
Yeah, because the
whim.
Dressrosa anime was fucking garbage.
I on a whim. I actually really like Dressrosa, but on a whim I was just like,
But
because
you
I
know it
was
was the pacing, though. We talked about
because I was at Zoe in the anime, and then I was just like, I'm just gonna catch up with the manga
Good.
because
Yeah, no, I remember because that was when I finally decided to catch up with the manga myself. I was caught up with the anime for a long time, and then I would like let it build up for a while because the pacing was pissing me off.
yeah, I think it's funny because around that time I was like really getting into manga reading. Now I was reading more and more
Yeah,
manga.
that was when you were transitioning to the manga only master race.
Yeah, because I was still an anime boy. Like I would just go on like Kiss Anime, just look at
Oh,
the anime
classic.
list, and then just pick.
Careful, that'll be a felony soon.
I miss those. Sorry, tangent.
No, you know how, dude, this is just the way of the world, bro. Like, the second corporations realize that we're taking their money from them, they're going to fucking crack down.
Like,
The internet was a beautiful thing for a good couple years.
we just talk about how much, bro. Like, I miss those days, man. Just going
The
back
Wild West.
and then just fucking just going. Like, I'm really, I really, really am happy I met Red and David because they taught me a lot about the complexity of fictional series, regardless. And I really appreciate that I got that knowledge now. But at the same time, I really, really miss the simplicity, turn my brain off kids like charm I had back in high school where I can just go on Kiss Anime, go on Manga Rock or whatever, just literally go on the anime and manga list, just pick out a series to read or watch, just fucking binge that shit and live life, bro. Like that was peak high school for me because what the best thing about high school was that it was such an escape. I remember one of my favorite things to do was stay on the weekends. Like I wouldn't even like video games in my life, but I wouldn't even play video games during this time. I would literally just go home, turn on my laptop, binge read or binge watch an anime or a manga, and then stay up till 6 doing that. Like that shit.
Yeah, dude, I
So,
remember doing that.
nothing.
Nothing's stopping you from still doing that, bro.
Bro.
Merely a
Man,
fucking change of perspective.
oh my god, bro. Do you know how many series I binged?
What's
With
stopping you
that?
from doing it now? Tell me.
I don't know. My mind, bro. Like I
Well, you know
missed
what that means then. Have we talked about going to therapy? Are you gonna do it?
Yes, I have the emails from all the therapists. I need
High
to.
key, that's why I decided to go to therapy because I like my ADD or whatever. Like I had such little attention span. Like I was doing less and less because like if I couldn't finish something in like 2.3 milliseconds, I just didn't want to do it. So like I've been getting so much better. He's been helping me like do little things, making to-do lists, yada yada. Like I highly recommend. And then if that's not enough, they can slap you on some fucking ADHD medicine, bro. I'm telling you, there's always fucking answers.
Dude, because I swear to God, it was just so great. Like I binged so many webtoons, so many.
Remember, a lot of things close at like 6.
Hello?
Okay, okay.
You
So
motherfucker.
it's just great, bro. It's just like, oh my God, I can't. Oh, so great. But I'm definitely gonna get back into that. So
I'm scrolling through my old messages with Utena trying to find. Remember when I commissioned the manga only master race
I still have
artwork?
that photo. I still have that.
Yeah, I found it. Wait, I got it. I got Utena's original fucking one that she did because she wasn't comfortable with doing the master race joke, so she had to put like a kind of like sarcastic thing in there. Here, I'll put it to bro zones. Yeah, check it out. Me and you on top. Brozone.
Let me see this shit.
Yeah.
Let me see.
Good times.
Manga Master Dweeb's race.
And then we crossed out Dweebs. That was Utena. She also gave me a blank one, and then I edited it myself just to say Manga Master Race. That's the one Utena gave me. She didn't want to do the Master Race thing, which is fair. It is technically kind of a little bit maybe a Nazi reference. I didn't really think of it that way.
It's fucking, it's amazing because, like, going back to like the thing, I was just like, I binged One Piece with like that, bro. I remember I was fucking watching the anime. I was watching fucking Robin's flashback, bro. I was invested when fucking in the anime when fucking Robin and her mom passed by each other. I was yelling, bro.
Yeah, me too, man. Oh my god.
She's right there. Like,
dude, like
I
fucking watching that shit too with
for like 10 seconds.
Especially watching that shit with Andrew. When I was watching through it with Andrew, like Andrew very rarely. He's not a big crier, man, but like I saw him cry 3 times in One Piece. Actually, I've only seen him cry 4 times in anime. Period. One was the Meruem Kamugi shit in Hunter x Hunter, and then he cried the Chopper flashback, the Robin flashback, and the Brook flashback. So good, God, so good. Anyway. But when it comes to my One Piece story, just for the 999 special situation here, I remember this so clearly. I caught up to the anime. When I caught up to the anime, take a guess. Where do you think the anime was?
I'm going to say Thriller Bark.
Ooh, you overestimate me. I appreciate the gas. Thank you. But no, that would be hella early. If I caught up, that would be like 2000. I would have been in middle school. No. I caught up to the anime of One Piece directly after Marineford in the Sabo Ace Luffy flashback.
Oh, because that was chapter what?
That was right before the time skip.
Ooh.
And the manga was in Fishman Island when I caught up with the anime. And then I kept watching the anime for a while until like Zoe Whole Cake area. Yeah.
Was that like around the 400s, 500s?
Chapter wise, that would have been upper 500s, I think.
Yeah, I figured as much.
Yeah, but I remember very clearly because I have this thing whenever I start a really long series, I like to know like how many episodes I'm dealing with. So I went to the Wikipedia and I was like, what's the most recent chapter episode? Because I caught up with One Piece in 3 months. It was literally like, I believe it was the summer. I think it was the summer of 2010. Someone could check and see when the Sabo shit was coming out to double check on that. But I believe it was the summer of 2010. And I didn't have a job yet. I was just in high school. So I had a whole summer with nothing to do. And I was like, here we go, baby. Cracks knuckles. Got 500 episodes to fucking deal with. And I just that was a beautiful summer, dude. Just like day to night, One Piece binging. God, yes.
I miss those days, bro.
You can still listen, brother. You don't let anyone tell you that you can't fucking do that shit anymore, okay? Because if you think about it, what was school if not just preparing us for a job, right? And a job you get 5 days a week, 8-hour shifts. In a school you get 5 days a week, 8-hour shifts. Okay? There's nothing different. It's all perspective. You just fucking do the same shit, my man.
Yep, you're right.
I'm just telling you this because I was in the same perspective as you, and like what a therapist is gonna fucking, they're gonna fucking touch your mind and like a goddamn voodoo man and like like Doctor Strange style, like whoa, you're gonna understand that it's all perspective. You just think you can't do it, but you fucking can, bro.
I'm with it, bro.
All right, now this chapter, Thurman, you start while I take a big old gulp of water because I'm thirsty.
All right, so this chapter is stacked, bro. It really felt like it really does feel like Oda is just ramping things up. Not really ramping things up in like a
ramping
ending
things up maybe for this part or this act.
Yeah, because this shit hits, bro. Like hit. Like because it's last chapter we were talking about how it's setting up fights. Now we're just setting up information. Like and we get fucking the information that we were talking about.
Oh, finally! Why so? What was your thoughts on that? Did it seem like was that horseshit to you, or did you accept it? The whole like why Whitebeard didn't go to Wano.
Remember, people, me and Red were having a discussion about that hella hard.
Oh, everyone. Just to be fair, that wasn't a just us thing. Like every reviewer I watched was like, "What the fuck."
and they said, let me think. Let's see.
You got the chapter up, boy?
Yeah, I got the chapter up, but it's just like, okay, so we know that.
Well, it seems like the reasoning was, and this is fair, I think. Their reasoning was, so I think the two things that separate this from the Ace situation, because the main claim was, okay, one member of the Whitebeard Pirates gets taken, they go to all-out war, hell and back to save him, they don't fucking care, right? Here's the main difference. I think the main difference here is that with Ace, this motherfucker was still alive. There was a chance to save him. With Odin, they didn't find out until like multiple years after he was dead. So it wouldn't have been a go in, rescue him, get out mission. It would have been purely a revenge mission. Like, we're going in there just to fucking, you know, do what Odin wants us to do. And that, I feel like, is less of a motivating factor. It makes the deaths less worth it. Because I would argue this is a lot more dangerous. Like, Marineford is formidable, don't get me wrong. But a full-on war with another Yonko, you're going to have massive casualties. Massive.
Because it's funny, too, because even Odin's guy is just like, we are like, he was calm about it. I'm pretty sure at the time he was pissed, but now it's just like, he's calm about it. Even him, and it's just like, Ace is just like, oh, let me go. Ace being fucking Ace.
That Luffy blood runs through.
It's crazy. Ace is a very loyal friend, but he's stupid.
Yeah, oh, for sure. Yeah, like, you're seeing what killed Ace here a little bit.
Like, you understand that Ace is a very great friend to have, 100%. Like, I would definitely want him on my squad, 100%. A great friend.
Oh yeah, if you're about to get hit by a bus, he will kill himself. Like he will Yusuke Urameshi that bus.
Like, he's stupid. So
you laugh at that, bitch.
I did. I chuckled.
It's a shitty laugh. No, harder laugh. that was the fake orgasm moan of laughs.
So, because it's just like, so we know Odin was the 2nd Division commander until Ace came along. So it's just like, because even Blackbeard is there.
I love how Oda, every chance he gets, he shows this motherfucker. Like, he's lurking back there. He's waiting. He's going to be the main villain.
Because it's just like, they're upset. Like,
well, you see, first of all, I have to say, what Blackbeard is doing there is he's hella projecting. You know what it means when people say someone's projecting?
Yeah.
So, like, basically, for the audience, if you don't know what that means, it's like, it'd be like if I went up to Thurman, like let's say I was, like, feeling, like, hella fat and ugly that day, and I was like, Thurman, you gotta lose some weight, you looking hella fat and ugly, but it was actually because I felt hella fat and ugly. Like, what he's doing here is he's projecting, he's assuming, oh, Ace, it's because you want to take down the big shots. Fast forward a couple years, that was Blackbeard's big plan, take down big shots, become a warlord, get his clout up. That's Blackbeard's thing. So the fact that that's funny. What he assumes Ace was doing it for is very telling of his character motivations.
It's because we kind of see now, because we see now how Blackbeard is. We see how Dikichi is. So it's just like, oh, okay, the whole fucking the whole projection thing, and then the fact that he's just like. Because it's funny, because Ace is like, oh, I definitely want to do this, and that, and everything, and they're just like, no, be smart, Ace, we can't start a war just because of one of our loyal friends got killed, and then, like, Kaido says, and then, not Kaido, whoever's just like, Ace is like, you think you can fucking beat Kaido when Odin didn't? Haha, he actually can, because fucking Odin would have won if it wasn't for that fucking handicap.
True. Although I will say, just from power scaling wise, like, Odin would fucking bip Ace.
Bop.
Bip, bop, boobity boop, Ace. Bibbity boppity boo.
It's so hilarious to me. It's just like, it is true. Like, bro, I would never let that go. I would never let that go.
What?
That man got hoed.
Oh, the Odin thing?
Odin got hoed.
Yeah. Well, the best part is that's what I love about Kaido. He hasn't let it go either. Like, that's what I like about Kaido so much. This man, he knows he wouldn't have won. He knows in his head. That low-key triggers him.
I mean, it triggered me too, the fact that I needed a handicap to beat him. I'm gonna be
dude,
honest.
That's why he had that bitch killed. Fuck her. Kill that bitch.
Could you imagine being that bitch? Just be like,
Lord Kaido, I helped you. Surely I'll get a promotion in your squad.
He's cut your head off.
Fuck you, bitch.
Fuck you, bitch.
Pulls a straight up Katakuri like, that was a man-on-man duel, bitch.
Oh my god, that's funny.
It's always the fucking bitches interfering with our manly duels.
Facts. Let the men be men. Toxic masculinity.
You go back and cook, and we'll just fight in the kitchen.
Grunting caveman noises.
Yeah. Like full modern women, like, honey, what do you want on your pizza? It do be like that.
It really do be like that.
I gotta be honest, bro. Sometimes I look at I'm like, women, what do you see in us? Like low key, I'm like Allie, I'm dating her now, and she's bisexual, and I'm like, and you chose me, huh?
And you chose me. I'm so sorry.
You could have had a nice pair of boobies and some thighs, but you got me.
But you got a dick. You got a nasty little.
You really want
little
this thing?
You got a nasty little meat stick. It's so gross.
Yep. Anyway.
So the explanation makes sense though.
Yeah.
And then it's funny too that Ace is actually really, really important, and I'm happy that the Whitebeard Pirates are kind of getting more of a limelight here, because now that we know the flashback that we know, the Whitebeard Pirates actually have more of a standing right now, and more importance in an arc than we originally thought. Even Goldie Rogers' crew technically does too. So Wano is sort of like the bridge that gaps like the old era, and it makes sense because now that
the old era to the new era, because that actually ties into the line that Marco says here, where he's like, "Shit be hitting different now. You're facing off against this new era."
Yeah, and it even makes sense for Luffy now, because now that Ace clearly,
Hello, you good?
Yeah, I'm good. Sorry, my thoughts. Blah, blah, blah. But now that we know
that coronavirus seeping into your head.
Ace.
This motherfucker's still going out to eat like an irresponsible little twat.
Ace is like little. Damn it, you talking.
Jesus Christ, speak! I will fucking kill you.
I can't speak when you keep talking. But anyway, yeah. So Ace is hella important in this arc too, which means skipping on to the other parts of the chapter. Yep. Yamato and Ace, bruh.
You think they slammed off screen?
Knowing Ace, bro. Probably. Honestly, can you?
They are drunk together on top of a fucking thing under the moonlight. Okay, like.
Do you know what that means? Is that technically Ace fucked a guy?
For sure, but I mean, Ace seems like a progressive chap to me.
Of course, he's Luffy's brother.
Like, here's the thing: biologically female, identifies as male, not gay. Just saying.
Mm-hmm.
It's not. Yeah, it's how it works.
Yeah, so it's just funny because like Ace is so much. I love it too because notice I saw it in the anime, but I don't know if the manga did this. But when like there was the flashback with like Sabo and like the Revolutionary Army and all that, and it was just like, and there was just like Dragon was just like, oh, looking at the papers is like, hey, Sabo always talks about Luffy. I'm tired of hearing about Luffy. Like, I love that. It's the same thing with Ace.
Both
Ace
of them just, oh, it's so cute. I know, right? Like, did you see the meme from Jimmy Neutron where it was like, Ace, that's the 5th time in a row you've talked about your brother for show and tell.
Because it's so funny because it's just like, watch out for my brother.
I
My brother's
love
gonna
that
be a
talk,
legend.
by the way. Him.
And Yamato's just like, why the fuck do you keep talking about your brother, bro?
It's really a buzzkill. We just got done with this hot sex, and you keep bringing up your little brother, your underage ass little brother.
But this is funny because also, we learn about some of Luffy's fleet. Cavendish is talked about here, which is fucking.
Well, remember,
amazing.
Cavendish. It was what that is a little reference to something that Oda joked about earlier. So like, when Cavendish was first introduced in Dressrosa, his whole deal was that he was salty at the worst generation because his generation was the popular like generation of pirates before the worst generation came along, and then the worst generation was so bad that they stole all the limelight and fame from his generation.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
that's why he's famous now, because he was like one of the most famous pirates before Luffy's generation came along. So that's why when Yamato's like, "Hey, what are the big names you know of?" That's the first one he thinks of.
Yeah, like Cavendish. He said.
I love, so he goes over like the different seas. He's like, so we got fucking. Let me find it here. Where's it at? Where he talks about the different seas. Hold it. Yeah. Kid in the south, Law in the north, Beige in the west. So like this is before they were even in the Grand Line. So before they went to the Grand Line, because obviously Luffy kind of sped through and got right to the Grand Line. But it sounds like Law, Beige, and Kid took their time in their respective like north, south, east, blue, east, west blues, and just kind of probably took did a fucking pulled a Buggy the Clown Arlong, where they just kind of like took over a bunch of territories in their respective seas and then went to the Grand Line.
Mm-hmm.
So imagine like early days for Law, early days for Kid, just fucking around in like the North Blue, South Blue. I love that. I love imagining that.
Oh yeah, so that's just fucking amazing too. And it's just like, and he's like, but the toughest one of them all won't be sailing for a few years yet. My little brother, he's gonna be massive. Trust me.
He's gonna be massive. Trust me. Flash forward to today, Yamato and Luffy about to smash, and he unzips his pants. He is massive. You're right, Ace.
Like, oh my god,
You're the one that wants Luffy to fuck everyone. You better appreciate that.
Oh yeah, that's true. Luffy's gonna have a harem, bro. A harem of all the races. He's gonna be a better Big Mom.
True. It's gonna be interesting though, because when an asexual has a harem, what is it? Is it really a harem?
Sure.
Luffy and Senku can get together and talk about how boring sex is. Yeah, I just don't get it. I don't understand why everyone's so obsessed with it.
What is this thing? You know, vagina? What
What's this vagina?
I really feel like if they were ever have sex, like if they'd
overanalyze it. Like remember when we were at IHOP and I was eating the pancakes and you were like, "Bro, you even overanalyze you eating pancakes." Like that would be Senku having sex. He would like try to scientifically figure out if he's doing it right. Like is this the optimal angle? He's like he'd bring out a protractor and like, "Okay, so if my dick at the clit."
Like he could like
but he'd use the scientific terms to clarify. He'd be like, "Okay,
if Luffy and Senku stuck it in, they wouldn't even feel the pleasure. They'd just be like, "That's it. This isn't better than science or fighting. What is this?"
Senku would be like, "I could replicate this feeling easily with like some silicone and some water-based lube. It's nothing special."
He's like, "This is what the kids are talking about nowadays. This is what's popular."
I mean, he would know it's so dumb. He would know it's sex. Like he wouldn't be like, "What is this sex?" Like Luffy might be, "What is this sex?" Whereas Senku would like look at it completely biologically and scientifically. Like Senku would talk about sex like it was like a fucking like the sex ed video you watched in 5th grade.
I need to actually look up some One Piece hentai with Luffy. I have to see what
none of them are good. There's one where he's fucking Hancock and Margaret. Remember the blonde?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's one where he's fucking Hancock and Margaret, and he goes gear second. Like, he's trying to fuck both of them at once. He's got them, like, stacked on top of each other so he can fuck both of them. And then he's like, "This isn't fair. I can only fuck one of you at once." And then he goes gear second, and he's like, fucking them so fast, like, he's fucking both of them. And then he goes gear third and, like, puts all the air in his penis and, like, almost kills them with his giant cock. That one's pretty good.
I want to look and see, like, I want to see what these hentai manga are drawing. Like,
I appreciate that one because Margaret is like a virgin and she's never had sex before because she's like lives on an island of only women and doesn't know what men are. So like, and then Hancock like has had sex before, at least in the canon of that hentai. So like Hancock's like, "Don't worry, it'll start feeling better soon," and then Margaret's like, "What the fuck is going on?"
Yeah, okay. So, because I'm literally just curious. Like, I already know there's gonna be some fucking jokes.
Yeah, some of them are.
Luffy.
There's a couple okay ones. Most of them are. One Piece is one of those series. Like Naruto gets really good hentai. Bleach even gets some really good hentai. One Piece does not get that much good hentai.
Most of the One Piece hentai are like very, very
rapey. Rapey.
They're very, very bad.
They're a little rapey.
Very, very rapey.
a lot of One Piece hentai are just Robin and Nami get abducted by random riffraff pirate crew and then they get raped. Like that's mostly like a lot, unfortunately. But then they start liking it at the end because it's hentai. So they're like, "Wait a minute."
that's
horrible, so fucking horrible.
That's wild. Like literally, it's even the Naruto ones are just like.
Oh God!
It's the Naruto ones are literally just like that Hidden Leaf Village cucking each other. It's just like either Naruto cucking like Sasuke or someone, or it's just like Naruto.
A lot of it is Naruto, like for whatever, like so much Naruto hentai is Naruto has the biggest, most massive cock, and then Sasuke has like a tiny little baby dick, and then like all the girls like grew up and realized like, man, we shouldn't have made fun of Naruto because he's actually got the big cock, and Sasuke's got like this tiny little baby.
That show, bro. You know so many artists, bro. That's projection.
Oh, 100%, dude. It's
You can definitely tell.
That's what hentai is, bro. It's unfortunate, but a lot of it is for like weebs to like feel like they'll feel sorry for not dating me. It's like incel fucking porn essentially.
That is wild, bro. That is
Once
shocking.
I unsheath my massive horse cock.
I cannot, bro. That shit cracks me up too much. Like shit like that. Like I don't mind hentai or anything. You know, me and Red are very anti-guilty by association, guilty by that shit. Yeah. But like that shit.
Bro, why do I keep getting followed by like random fucking thought bots on Twitter? Like,
me too, bro. Me too.
Isn't that weird? I keep just blocking them. I got one recently where it was like, only follow me if you're a horny man. And I'm like, all right.
It'd be like this DMer and be like, sorry, bitch, I'm taken.
Oh, that was the Controlled Chaos account. It wasn't even mine. This bitch followed Controlled Chaos. Wow. That's amazing. Anyway, let's get back to talking about One Piece, shall we?
We were hentai One Piece.
Well, and then we strayed to Naruto for a bit.
That's really funny. I love it. This is why I love this channel. I love this video.
Me too, bro. Check out the Spade Pirates misgendering Yamato. Fucking canceled. Hashtag the Spade Pirates are over party.
Spade. So, because I like the fact that just now too, like they're like, oh, everyone's like realizing that, oh, Luffy's Ace's brother. Like
yeah, it's fun because totally forgot that he never told Tama that. I went back and looked. Like all he said to Tama was like, "Yeah, Ace is dead." He did not at all clarify that I'm his brother. And we went through all this shit. He was like, "Nah, bitch, Ace dead. Move on."
Yeah, because now she's just like, now I realize why he was so upset. I hurt his feelings.
Yeah, that's why he was so blunt about it, because he probably just wanted to talk about it as little as possible.
Yeah, I mean, you don't want to talk about how your brother was killed right in front of you,
and because of being a dumbass. Let's never forget.
Yeah. I mean, us as readers know that. Luffy's
like, no, he fought valiantly.
He fought valiantly. Like, no, Ace was a dumbass. He came back. He literally they told him not to fall for the bait because fucking Akainu is known for baiting. Literally known for baiting.
Akainu the baiter.
Literally in that same arc, he baited one of Whitebeard's top men.
That's true.
And
his name was
Ace,
Quardo, I think. By the way, by that logic, could we call Akainu a master baiter?
Yes.
All right.
I am shocked that Ace was stupid enough to be like, oh, hey, Akainu is a master trickster. He's a master shit talker. He's going to say shit to get on our skin so we can fight. He did it with one of our top commanders. You know, maybe I shouldn't listen to a fucking piece of shit who's talking out of his ass.
We'll never stop shitting on Ace for this, by the way. I know you're probably sick
never.
of it, but it's stupid.
I love him, but he killed himself, 100%.
Yeah. He never fucking outgrew that, 13-year-old, what'd you say about my mom?
Max. Yeah. It's so true, bro. He's so dumb.
Wow.
So, anyway, back to One Piece.
One Piece.
Anything you like? I feel like I've been talking a lot. Anything you like to mention?
So, let me go back to the chapter. Let's see here. So, I'm really, really excited about Marco carrying Zoro up to Kaido right now. Listen, obviously, Sanji stomps over Zoro and Sanji, as characters. We've been through this. It's clear, obviously. I'm a Sanji guy. But, much like Thurman over here is a Zoro guy, but like Sanji, I am a Sanji guy, but love Zoro. And I am very much looking forward to what I assumed. Here's what I think would be a god tier chapter 1000. Okay, now I'm thinking probably the next chapter is gonna focus on the fish fruit shit, which we'll get to in a second here. But what I'm hoping that the chapter 1000 ends on this. I want there to be, at least for a moment, I want Zoro to be the first person to get up there before Luffy, before Kid, before anyone. I want it to be Zoro up there with Big Mom and Kaido. First, I'm just going to stop, and I want your reaction to that idea.
I like it. I really
now,
do.
imagine chapter 1001, because I imagine chapter 1000 would be like maybe like a little bit of a flashback, or I'm not sure, maybe the flashback would be long, I don't know. But either way, at some point, imagine just like at least one chapter of Zoro just attempting to solo the Yonkos, and obviously he'd get stomped, but he would put in a goddamn effort. You know, we would see him. This would be like full force Zoro for the first time post time skip. He'd pull out Ashura. He'd pull out whatever fucking magical shit that people think is up beneath his eye, even if it's whatever. He'd pull out everything. It'd be crazy. And then like as he's about to get like actually killed, like then fucking Luffy comes up. That's what I'd like to see. I really want to see like Zoro attempt to solo here, because you and I both agree, and people fucking disagree with us on this. I don't care. I'll say to the end of time, I think Zoro is relatively on par to Luffy. I really do.
Yeah, I think so. Or if not on par, at least close to him.
Close. Yeah, for sure. I think if they fought, it would be extreme diff for both of them, and Luffy would probably come out on top, barely. But I think that like there's a dynamic there where there's like Zoro out of everyone is one of the few people that gives off this aura of like, if he didn't want to, he just wouldn't follow an order from Luffy. You know what I mean? All the other ones, they really, you know, Luffy is our captain, we respect him. Zoro respects Luffy, but like there's definitely this like, no, if you're an idiot though, I'm gonna call you out on it, and I wouldn't be afraid to fight you about it. You know what I mean? This happened in fucking Cactus. What was it called? The Cactus Village. What the one with what was it called? I don't remember. The island where they met Vivian.
Oh, I have no
with the
idea.
cactus rocks. You know what I'm talking about. They fought because Luffy was being a dumbass, and he literally had to fight him. So like, I don't know. I've always gotten the betrayal that Zoro. So like, I think that, and a lot of people have pointed out that it doesn't feel like Zoro has had to try his hardest, period, throughout the entirety of the post timeskip. Would you agree with that
100%.
assertion?
He has not fought seriously this entire time.
So this would be the moment to like show Zoro, because he wants to be the world's strongest swordsman. You know, that's not too far off from King of the Pirates, in my opinion. You know what I mean? And like, so I'm seeing a moment here where if he has to solo the Yonko, he'd get beat, but it would be like a moment where he does way better than any of us think he would. You know what I mean? Before he gets stomped, and that would be amazing.
I think out of all the Yonko, he might have a better chance against Big Mom, to be honest.
Maybe. I don't know.
Possibly.
Well, see, and here's the thing too, and I still stand that fucking, and I'm not going to go into too much detail about it because I went into a lot of detail about it last chapter, but I still stand that fucking idea of Zoro getting angry about Luffy, because he's got to remember that it is Luffy's fault. Well, I don't know, he doesn't know the full story, but I hope he kind of can ascertain that it is kind of Luffy and Sanji's fault that Big Mom is here. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So if he finds himself against two Yonko, I just really want him to use his fucking brain and be like, wait a minute. I don't know. I hope that happens, because like that would be dumb to me. Like if that nothing came of that. But either way, that's what I really want to solo Zoro Yonko fight. And because imagine the panel of Zoro fucking getting up there, being like, "Guess I'm the first one here," and then he's staring down Kaido, Big Mom, Zeus, Prometheus. There, and imagine the panel. They'd be fucking huge, and he'd be just small there. And then just imagine the panel of him taking out the fucking bandana, tying it around his head, putting the sword in his mouth, like, "Let's go, motherfuckers." End of chapter. Like, oh.
I can do. Oh,
right?
My God. Woo, shit. That is actually really dope.
Because it does look like he's gonna get there first, straight up.
I'm legitimately curious to see.
Oh, and if you're curious, one last thing. I apologize. The idea I heard as to why Marco wouldn't be there to help him, because obviously, like, well, why wouldn't Marco stay and help him? We're seeing King and Queen try to stop him right now. So the idea I'm hearing is that he's going to get up close to the hole and realize, okay, I have to stay behind and, like, stop King. So then he, like, chucks Zoro through the hole, like, alone, assuming that there's other people up there, but accidentally leaving him alone. That's what I've been hearing.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm legitimately curious because if we do have like a good like little fight, because that means that Sanji got cucked out of fighting one of the Yonko again, and then I'm curious to see like how, because if we have, so Luffy and Zoro up top makes sense because Luffy always fights the strongest and Zoro always fights the second strongest. Now we have the fights down there, like.
So Robin and Brook are running into the castle. So a lot of people are thinking that Robin and Brook are going to back up Jinbei and Sanji, right? So Robin goes to help Sanji with Black Maria, and Brook goes to help Jinbei with Who's Who. What I like, the idea that I like, because you're talking about Sanji getting cucked out of fighting the Yonko here. I would love it if all of the main captains and their like main boys were up there to fight the Yonko at the end of the day. So like you have Kid and Heat and what's the fucking I'm blanking on the guy, the guy that got all fucked up at the Smile Fruit. Killer, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so Kid, Heat, Killer, you know, he's got his main three boys, or, you know, him and his two boys, and then Law comes up there with Beppo, Sachi Penguin, maybe, and probably not Sachi Penguin, but at least Law and Beppo, and then Luffy, Zoro, Sanji. Imagine if Robin comes, takes, like, frees Sanji from Black Maria. Robin's like, I'll take Black Maria. You go up to the ceiling and help. And then we have a spread where it's, because I would love nothing more to see the monster trio: Sanji, Zoro, I almost said Usopp. Sanji, Zoro, Luffy.
That's your dream.
Yeah. No, Usopp can't handle Kaido. Sanji, Zoro, Luffy versus Kaido with like just that'd be beautiful. I would love it if somehow like, because people have been saying like Robin versus Black Maria would be beautiful anyway. So I hope that happens.
I can dig it.
Let's see here. I'm sure there's other things. Okay, so we need to talk about this fish fruit shit. So have you read up on the whole like koi legend turning into a dragon, blah blah blah?
Yes.
So the main thing going on here is there's an ancient either Chinese or Japanese myth, like legend thing, where there was a bunch of koi fish trying to swim up a waterfall, and for like hundreds of years they were trying to swim up this wonderful waterfall. And one finally succeeded after all the other ones had given up, and the gods rewarded that koi fish by turning it into a dragon. So basically, it seems like that's what they're going for here, is that this devil fruit, I'm guessing, if I were to guess, it's going to be a little bit like how Brook's devil fruit worked. When Brook ate his devil fruit, it did nothing. It had an activation condition, right? So like, he had to die, and then that devil fruit activated and finally did the thing it was supposed to do. But until then, it was nothing. So my take on this ancient, like mythical model of the fish fruit is when you first eat it, you literally are just like a fish. Like you get like either you get this fish form and it's useless. Think like Magikarp from Pokemon, because that is basically what this is reference to, or that's what Magikarp. Oh, Jesus, sorry, there was loud noise for a second in my house. So I think that you get. So what? Yeah.
Police for you. Stay safe.
No, I think I'm all right. I think it's just probably one of my roommates. So anyway, so you eat it, and at first you're just this fish. But I think there's probably like a condition. Think like Mangekyou Sharingan from Naruto. Like you have to kill your best friend to activate this power. Like you probably have to do something. Go through like a certain amount of trials and tribulations, and then you activate it. You know what I mean? Because it's probably based off of the legend.
It's like some sort of like requirement you need to activate it or something like that.
Yeah, and I think that'll have something to do.
I mean, that makes sense because it's interesting. We don't really have many devil fruits like that besides Brooks.
Yeah.
So I'm curious to see more devil fruits like that. Like you have to meet a certain condition in order to,
Yeah.
So that'd be cool.
Well, that's what I think we're leading into with Chapter 1000 here. I think we're going, because obviously you remember the whole thing with rocks, right? And like the pirate king, like basically the guy who was the king of the seas before Roger, and he's been hyped to high hell because his was the crew that like literally his underlings were Whitebeard, Big Mom, and Kaido. So like, imagine this guy must have been stupid OP, right? Like the fucking Kaguya of One Piece world. So like, essentially, I think we're gonna lead into that flashback, and that's gonna give us a lot of history on like all the Yonkos here. Like we're gonna see mega young Whitebeard, Big Mom, Kaido, like in their fucking like rookie pirate days. I think we might see what's the deal with Kaido is and why he is what he is and yada yada. And a lot of people have been bringing this up because originally people were going down the path of Kaido actually is a straight up biological dragon because Yamato had like a transformation that she was going to go into for a second. So people thought, well, maybe she's just like half dragon since she's the son of Kaido. But now it's either A, that he has his own devil fruit, or B, there's some sort of like you can pass on the traits or whatever. I don't know because of the mythicalness. Who knows? So there's a lot of answers we need, and I hope that we're coming into like a nice long flashback here because obviously One Piece flashbacks slap, and I could see him revealing like something huge since it's chapter 1000 for this next flashback here.
Oh yeah, it's interesting too because now that everything's kind of coming together, we're gonna start seeing a little bit of a change, you know. Like, because one thing I like that what Oda's doing here is that he's setting up so much stuff and prepares, and I think he's such a smart mangaka too because he knows chapter 1000 is coming, so he's like, okay, before chapter 1000 comes, I'm going to set everything up that I was trying to set up, and then once chapter 1000 comes, everything's just going to go full force, full explosions. We're gonna get all the fights, we're gonna get all the like confirmation, maybe like a flashback. Like this is where it's gonna be go time for the arc now, because now there is no stalling. Everything that's gonna happen right now is gonna be pure full force train. The train has left the station. We're not coming back until a year type of shit, you know?
Yeah.
Like full on. So that's what I'm hyped about because that's just gonna be dope.
Oh, for sure. And like, it's just because basically I think at this point all we have left now is the like Kaido, like learn about Kaido and his motivations, like get that flashback, and then it's full force action time basically. Yeah. So what are your expectations for chapter 1000? Because you know Oda is known to do wacky shit on milestone chapters. Chapter 100 introduced Dragon. Chapter 500 introduced Rayleigh. Where do you think this is gonna go?
I'm going to not even gonna give my guesses because it would seem criminal for me to right now, because I don't know what could happen. Because here's the thing, right? Because we've been theorizing that a death might happen.
Yeah, it's definitely. I'm off of that because that it looks like we're going into a flashback, so probably not.
Like a death might happen, or like someone like because I don't know if you saw on Twitter. But Oda said that Shanks is on the move.
Yeah, for next year, yeah.
Shanks is on the move, so you know.
Somehow I doubt I doubt the first chapter of next year Shanks will do something. It's probably like late next year.
Like, man, bro. I don't know. This is because it's we're getting to the point to where. Now it's go time, you know.
We're in the end game now, folks.
Now, it's so hype, bro. One Piece, man. I like to respect people's opinions, bro. I don't know how people can say this arc hasn't been fire, bro. Like, I can't. Like, how are people like? No disrespect to any fandom. I know I like certain shit. But I'm legitimately curious, like, why they think that Wano isn't the best arc in Jump right now. Like, why do you guys think fucking My Hero beats this? Why do you
I genuinely think,
this?
if I was to do some psychoanalysis here, I think it has to do with people's attention spans. I think this arc, what you're reading right now in One Piece would not be nearly as hype if you weren't invested in the length of One Piece, right? So there's a lot of people that just have never reread it or just have bad memories, and you know I've had it before too, like with Chainsaw Man, because I've only read it once and I wasn't really paying a lot of attention in the beginning. I forgot a bunch of names and forgot a bunch of characters, and when that happens you're not as invested. So luckily I'm hella invested in One Piece. I've rewatched it and reread it a bunch of times, so I'm very invested in what's happening now. But I think a casual reader, someone who may have sped through One Piece to get to the current stuff now, wouldn't find this nearly as exciting. It all has to do with how invested you are in the series. Whereas My Hero Academia, it's a lot easier to stay invested because it's not, let's just be honest, it's not as complex. There's not a lot as many moving parts, you know?
Yeah, like
I'm sorry, it always comes down to this. Are you ready for my fucking elitism? I'm sorry. It always comes down to how much you can handle. You know what I mean? That's the same reason people can't handle the fucking shit going on in, like, whenever Hunter x Hunter comes. Too much dialogue in Hunter x Hunter.
Yeah, like I love me some My Hero, I love me some Black Clover, I love me some Jujutsu Kaisen, some Dr. Stone, but I really can't see anything beating Wano right now. Like this shit, like
because you want to know why? It's because this shit, like some of the shit happening in this arc has been built up for over 10 years. Think about that.
Like, bro, this shit's fucking hype. It puts a smile on my face to read One Piece. Like every fucking week, bro. Like I haven't had a boring chapter in One Piece in it feels like a month.
Oh, past years. I literally, like, the last one I remember you bitching about was, like, the one where Zoro fought Killer.
Yeah. That's been a year. Yeah.
Easily over a year for that. That might be 2 years.
100. Okay, yeah, then never mind. 100% a year, bro. Because I wanted to say that because I know for a fact I bitched about Wano at least once or twice. That's why I was like, I think a month would be a safe estimate.
Oh, to me, easily since they started like coming into Onigashima, it's been nothing but fire. Oh, and then even before that, because the fucking like Roger Odin flashback was goddamn amazing too.
Yeah, it's one of the best flashbacks in the series.
See, like to me though, I'm very curious. Where does it rank? And you have to keep recency bias in mind. Okay, where does it rank in like your all-time favorite arcs in One Piece?
I can't really. It's really hard to. It's hard. I really don't know.
Well, when it's over, will you be able to rank it?
Yeah, I would be.
Because for me, motherfuckers are jumping the gun and saying it's like best arc in One Piece, and I'm like, no, it's good, but like Water 7 Enies Lobby just be hitting different. I want something to surpass Water 7 Enies Lobby for me. I don't know if it'll ever happen. I hope. I really do. Maybe the end. Maybe like the Blackbeard. Whatever happens with the Blackbeard arc.
Yeah. Well,
I need more personal drama for the Straw Hats, so that's what I want to see. I want to see these Straw Hats get fucked up. I want to see them almost die.
Yeah, that's fine.
It's good. It's phenomenal. Like all the parts are coming together. But I think when we finally start getting these 1v1s and we're not jumping around like a goddamn like ADHD kid on crack, like maybe then it'll start really falling into place for me.
Oh shit, that's really funny. But anything else you want to talk about?
Ooh, let me check through the chapter one last time. Yamato mentions the middle D initial while holding the Odin's journal. So a lot of some people are theorizing that we'll finally get like another hint and or the full on answer to what the will of D is in chapter 1000.
Mm-hmm.
Because again, like I do genuinely expect like a pretty big revelation, because again, chapter 100 Dragon, chapter 500 Rayleigh, and think about that, by the way, 500 chapters ago Rayleigh was introduced. So I'm expecting something pretty massive. Either it's gonna be just seeing Rox, like Roxy Zebek for the first time, the beginning of Kaido's flashback, or some massive revelation about the will of D. It's going to be something big for sure. I'm really excited. I don't know, man. I'm just pumped. I love One Piece. Can't wait to see. I hope my boy Sanji gets freed soon. I want to see him get some genuine action and not just be trapped. Either he gets some genuine action, or now is the time. I know people disagree with me. I'm sorry. Characters can develop, especially this close to the end of the series. Now is the time where it's either he frees himself or gets freed by Robin and goes and has some action, or it's time for him to kick a woman. Okay, those are the two options. Because his ass ain't gonna be running away from a Spider Woman the whole arc. All right.
Especially if she's like as strong as the rest of the crew, he has no choice.
Yeah, I want a situation like, let's say Robin comes to help him, and then there's a moment where she's about to like kill Robin. Like I wouldn't want Robin to immediately get fucking bopped. Like I'd want, like, Robin puts up a good fight. It's pretty back and forth, and Sanji's just kind of like watching helplessly, not knowing what to do. And then it gets to a point where Robin's about to fucking die. Like, she's about to, like, pierce Robin with one of her spider legs or something. Like there's got to be a moment where he comes in, and I could see it, like, a whole ass page, like, double page spread, just Sanji fucking just kicks this woman in the face, and then everyone's like, holy fuck, Sanji. It'd be so good.
Yeah, it really... See, it just needs to happen, bro. Like, it's...
like, towards the... Because people were like, but it's such an integral part to his character. I'm like, yeah, but the series is going to end in, like, 4 years, okay? Like, it's time, okay? We're at the end of his fucking character arc. He can change a little bit. He would still be, like, a really chivalrous dude, but, like, all that would... Literally, the only change would be, hey, I went from so insanely chivalrous to the point where, like, I would let my friends and myself die rather than even slightly harm a woman, to, hey, maybe I'll save my friends because they matter more to me than this weird, arbitrary, never kick a woman thing. Like, that's only a positive. Like,
yeah, it's not really like a negative. Not like he's changing, like, no, I'm going to beat women. Like, like no. Like, no.
It awakens something in him. He's like, oh.
He's going to kick a woman to save another woman.
Because to me, it was like the whole he never hits women thing. Because keep in mind, that was not, like, hardcore established until Water 7. Because I went back and reread the Khalifa fight. And, like, that's kind of the moment where, like, you know, you can kind of infer that up until then. But that's the first moment where they finally, like, Nami's like, what the fuck? Did you even try? And he's like, I can't do it. It was beaten into me as a kid. I can't harm women, right? Like, it's not, like, that's not a long-standing thing of his character. Like, to me, when I think of Sanji, I think of the suaveness, the shit. Like, basically the perfect melding of suave, cool, Mr. Cool, flirtatious, and total fucking nerd. Like, so he's either the suavest motherfucker in the room, or like, Nami, love me. Like, that's what I think about when I think about Sanji. Okay, so yeah. I want me some character development. All right, it's happening.
Yep.
Yeah,
I agree.
I guess that's Oh, did you want to give it a rating?
Oh, 9, bro. This is a 9, 100%.
Bro, you think we'll get a 10 next week? You think we'll get a 10 for chapter 1000?
It depends on how good it is. Even chapter 1000 can flop. I won't bring it. I hope it won't, but I doubt it will. But you never know, bro. It's like that 10% chance.
Yeah, bro. Please, bro. Come on. I don't even know. I just want it now. I hate it because, like, the spoilers are out, and I have to stay away.
So ladies and gentlemen, I suggest all of our viewers, be very, very careful on Twitter and Facebook and Reddit or wherever your Tumblr or whatever, because the chapters are out.
No, the spoilers are out.
Spoilers are out, and I know a lot of you, specifically for One Piece, My Hero, Jujutsu Kaisen, and Black Clover, because those are the ones that are popular and people can't fucking wait for some goddamn reason. But if you're fans for any of those 4 series that I mentioned, be very, very careful because the spoilers will be around and about.
Yeah. Oh man, I'm so hyped. All right, I guess that's peace.
With that,
peace.